Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Ryan. Got a question of the day is, what's my opinion on nutritional science, especially how much conflicting schools of thoughts there are out there? Ketogenic diets, paleo diets, vegan diets, high carb diets, etc. This is from Izrini Hosami. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. But to give you my opinion about the whole conflicting issues with nutrition science is that, how can I put this? First of all, let me start by saying, although I have lots of experience and I've studied it a lot, I don't have any formal education in like going to college or anything like that about learning about nutrition science. I know quite a bit. I know way more than the average person. But even then, I'm no chemist. I'm no biologist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm a coach. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a personal experimenter with my own body, training with clients, teaching them, working on specific principles. Now, to answer your question directly, which is the question is, what is my opinion of nutrition science, is that the rabbit hole is deep. When you really look into nutrition science, there's actually quite a bit of information. And at any given point in time, you can say anything is true. You can look it up and you can find the information. And if you're someone with me, or maybe someone with less knowledge than me, you could be someone, that sounded kind of douchebaggy. Sorry. If you're just like, if you have less experience than me, or you just have, basically me and below, I guess, as far as knowledge of education, you can basically Google anything and you can make an argument for why something works and why it doesn't work, right? And you got people who actually do this stuff for a living. People who have studied, have formal education in organic chemistry, and like just have people way smarter than me. And to really give you like the solid truth about it is that it's all bullshit. That's just my, I guess I should define what bullshit means. Bullshit means that when you do the science and you learn about nutrition, you learn a lot, like timing your eating and eating foods that lower blood sugar and stuff that messes with your salt and water retention. And there's just so many things you can do to sort of figure out how to optimize fat loss or optimize for performance and just kind of tinker around. But at the end of the day, it's an N equals 1 experiment, is your body and how your body responds to it. And the other thing to consider, regardless of what science there is, no one lives your life. Like what time you go to bed, what time you wake up, what stresses in your life, what your school schedule is, what your work schedule is, what your family life, relationship schedules are. It's different, And then also genetic makeup and how your body responds to it. We know that there are people who generally stay leaner than others, people who are heavier than others. And of course, people who are leaner can get fat or gain weight. And people who tend to be chubby can get really fat and become obese. Of course, that's a blanket statement. But to be on topic again, because I'm veering off again, talking about ketogenic diets, vegan diets. The first base concept you have to consider the most important is calories in, calories out. We can argue against it. We can argue for it. But the main thing to understand is that that's essentially where you start. And then you go into quality of food. Whole foods, stuff with least amount of processing. And then after those two things, it's anywhere. It's anyone's game, Again, that's just my opinion. If you have a specific question that I can answer, like I said, the rabbit hole is deep. And like, if you really start to understand the information, I'll talk about exercise because I know exercise very well. I know biomechanics really well. It's what I've done. And the one thing is that you're going to learn like about CrossFit, powerlifting, Olympic lifting. They all are saying the same thing. That's basically, my 15 plus years of coaching people and studying and learning and playing with my own body with working out. Stuff about shoulder extension, stuff about shoulder flexion, stuff about external rotation, stuff about posture, core. There are some things that have changed a little bit over the years, but for the most part, there's so much overlap with the way the human body is designed to work to get the most out of it. And, like for example, here's one. Knees going in is bad for you, right? We can even say like processed foods are bad for you. Like maybe those two analogies right there. If the knees go in, it's bad for your ACL, bad for your knee. But there's give for the system for your knee to do that. So if you train and don't stiffen up, you can tolerate some knee adduction, valgus knee. The body is supposed to have playroom, to do stuff. Just like eating processed food or bad food, it's supposed to have playroom. Because the human body is a highly adaptive system. Anyways, I've kind of gone all over the place with this video, but I still wanted to get this video to you since you asked the question. Thank you so much for your question. If you got a question you want to answer, go ahead and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.